Google's biotechnology initiative is seeking federal approval to release up to 32 million specially treated male mosquitoes in Florida and California. Now, these mosquitoes are going to do a certain thing, right? They're designed to help suppress populations that spread diseases such as dengue, West Nile virus, and other mosquito-borne illnesses.
If you guys haven't looked at the Panama Canal, some of the most coolest engineering that I've ever seen, 50-mile canal, and they use water elevators, which is super, super cool. So basically, I was posting a picture of what I like to call the boom cycle sector, and that's like data centers, chip companies, data like CoreWeave is in there, Micron is in there, SanDisk is in there. But semis continue extending, rallying today. The two sectors that broke out today were crypto stocks and semiconductor stocks. So I do know crypto does like to follow the crypto stocks, and the crypto stocks do kind of lead the way, but crypto is still a bit depegged. Tether finally got a real audit by a company called KPMG, guys. If you guys don't know what's KPMG, it is the gold standard of audits. Any Fortune 500 companies, any company in the S&P 500 has gone through a KPMG audit. Welcome back to another episode of The Market Take, breaking down what's happening around the world in the markets and in crypto.
And if you like being informed about this kind of stuff, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you do watch our content and you're not sure if you're subscribed, please double check. A lot goes into making these videos, and we get super motivated when we see that people are interested. So yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Market Take. It is August 17th. Can we real quick just give a little late happy birthday to Fody? It was his birthday last night. Had 2 glasses of wine, got banged up.
A little bit more than that, okay?
Yeah.
A few sangrias, a few palomas.
Did you have some palomas?
Yeah, at the bar.
Yeah. All right, guys. So
I was nonverbal by midnight.
You weren't on that Eros? All right, guys. Let's get started with some world news. Unfortunately, today's topic is a sad one for all you 90s kids. Hayden Panettiere passed away, guys, at 36 years old. You know, if you guys don't remember who she was, Scream 3, 4, 5, I think.
Bring It On.
4 and 5, Bring It On.
Remember the Titans.
Man. Yo, was that Bring It On the one where they did the spirit fingers, or was that in a different movie?
I think
where the girl like sticks her hands in her armpits and then goes like this.
It was some
and like smells him and like spirit fingers it or something like that.
I forgot what was spirit fingers in. Anyways, guys.
Oh, Superstar. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
This is another childhood actor star case of these celebrities that got famous when they were kids, and then as they grow up, they go through all sorts of problems because things that happened in their childhood that could have been detrimental at the time are starting to catch up to them. And, she also dealt with like a lot of like postpartum depression. She's a mother. Very sad.
Dude, I totally forgot that her fiance was Vladimir Klitschko.
Yeah.
One of the best boxers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. And she had a substance abuse problem from what I'm reading.
But was that verified or just rumored?
Yeah, I mean, she had a substance abuse problem. I'm not saying that's what her cause of death is, but you can only that's not confirmed. So this is what happened. I think it was last night, right? Or yesterday at 1:51 p.m. there was a 911 call from whoever. And then when they got on scene, she was pronounced dead at 2:32 p.m. Via cardiac arrest. And then the autopsy found no trauma. So the official cause and manner of death remain pending further investigation. But from all her past struggles, they could only, they're leaning towards it could be a potential overdose, not confirmed, or the S word, via overdose.
I know her brother passed away in 2023. Earlier this year in May, she came out with this memoir. It's called "This Is Me" or something like that, and she was kind of talking about a lot of the struggles that she was going through. So again, just really sad. I don't want to say this could have happened, this could have happened. It's not really my place to give opinions on people that just passed away, but super sad. Yeah. Unfortunate. Prayers to her and her family, guys. Everyone, just look out for your health. Like I always say, look out for your mental health, especially in the industry that we're in as, traders and investors. Money comes and goes, but, you only get one life. So make sure you guys are keeping in touch with the community. If you guys are struggling, if you guys are going through anything, just reach out, especially if it's financial related, because that's so temporary.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, just check up on one another, from time to time. Doesn't hurt. Who knows? You might catch somebody at the right time.
Yeah.
In other news, Google wants to release 32 million mosquitoes.
Your favorite animal.
Yeah.
Your favorite insect, I should say.
I can't stand mosquitoes. I think they're the devil's work. I think they're, I think they come from hell. But yeah, Google wants to release 32 million mosquitoes in the U.S. Bill
Gates was wanting to do this for a while. Still talks about it. He owns like tons and tons of mosquito farms. I could see the benefit on how it helps, but again, the world that we're in now, everything just automatically screams conspiracy to me.
Yeah. Well, let's elaborate on this, on why they want to do that, right? So Google's biotechnology initiative is seeking federal approval to release up to 32 million specially treated male mosquitoes in Florida and California. Now, these mosquitoes are going to do a certain thing, right? They're meant to design to help suppress populations that spread diseases such as dengue, West Nile virus, and other mosquito-borne illnesses. These male mosquitoes supposedly don't bite humans, but more so kind of like attack other mosquito populations that might be carrying the disease. Now, how that works, I have no idea. I'm not a scientist, but that's kind of wild. So I'm kind of for this because those diseases are for real. I mean, we've had a couple friends that have dengue, West Nile, whatever. Especially, your friends in Mexico as well. I think.
I don't think anyone got dengue.
Who?
I don't think anyone's gotten dengue.
No, freaking.
Who?
Who were we speaking to last night?
Blake?
Yeah. Blake said he got dengue.
I don't believe his ass.
Okay, well. Some little chica I was talking to down there also says she got dengue. But yeah.
So they want to deploy these all across Florida, all across California. If it works out well, it could help lower the risk of these diseases spreading. But if it doesn't, then you have a lot of unintended ecological consequences. Too many mosquitoes. Messes up the food pyramid, And the other thing is that, granted, I'm not saying the Center of Disease Control is the most reliable source with everything we had to go through with COVID, but the division from the general public is basically coming from why is big tech pushing this out and not like the CDC, like the Center of Disease Control? Like, why do they not have any say in this? Like, why is it these big tech companies that are like quote unquote playing God? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the debate that are coming, and kind of the two parties. Yeah.
I mean, dude, this past year too, man, Vegas has been getting a pretty bad mosquito problem lately.
I've never noticed them here.
Well, neither have I. Well, actually, kind of recently, but like, especially like if you're by Southern Highlands and like, because there's areas over there that have like these like big bodies of water, like little ponds and everything like that. Dude, all my friends saying that they just get bit up all the time, and it's getting like pretty bad. And I've never seen it like that before. But yeah, I mean, I wish mosquitoes never existed. Anyways,
I don't know, dude. It's so funny. I like fall in these rabbit holes. I'm like, what would happen if we killed every mosquito on the planet?
And what did it say?
Bad. It's bad stuff.
What did it say?
basically, if you kill that, it kills the food sources of bigger insects, which kills the food sources of bigger insects or bigger mammals, and you just fuck up the whole food chain.
It's a chain reaction.
Yeah, it's a chain reaction.
Yeah, I mean,
God put every little one of these insects on Earth for a reason, even though I can't understand what the fuck is the reason of a mosquito. But
what you're explaining is the cycle of life, is what it's called. Yeah, well, and the food chain, but. Yeah. Guys, in other news. What?
Nothing.
Guys, in other news, archaeologists just discovered new ancient tombs in Egypt. Dude, I guess like they did like a pretty big like extensive like radar scan of like the pyramids in Giza. And I know at first like this isn't really a new topic. And it was kind of speculation at first, but they found like super long cylindrical like pillars below the pyramids,
right?
That go super deep. And then they also found like more tombs, more mummies. Yeah, and I guess they're finding new new civilizations that they haven't experienced before. And cities.
If you remember a while ago, they said that they found those crazy like cylinder tubes that went way down, and we're like, whoa! And really, the pyramid is just the top of it, and that's it. And now they found this other tomb, which is basically what the Hotel Luxor was built off of, like that guy's pyramid. They found
King Tut.
No, it's something Passer is the guy's name. Yeah. And they found basically what you were saying, but it's like a T shape. So it goes all the way down and it spreads at the bottom and goes into a T shape. So pretty crazy, but I 1,000% believe that there's crazy stuff under the pyramids.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that there's a city of Atlantis underwater. And I know for a fact there's aliens in Antarctica. Or something crazy in Antarctica. There's got to be something crazy in Antarctica.
Are you talking about like the wall that you can't go past?
I'm talking like you can't just be like, hey, I want to go visit Antarctica. Like you have to get licenses, permits, all this stuff. You can only go past certain places, just like you're saying. So if you like want to do any kind of thing, you have to get all this extensive paperwork. What are they hiding in Antarctica?
Have you heard of the Nordics, the Nordic aliens?
No, but wouldn't they be from the north then?
Well, they're called like, they're kind of called like Nordic aliens because like how they look. They're supposedly like these like 8 foot tall like
Holland,
like pure white. Yeah, like but just 8 feet tall, just like pale white with like light blonde hair, but like they're kind of like gigantic. And like apparently people have been seeing them lately pop up here and there, especially here in Vegas. But I wonder if
check the chat.
Yeah, I was going on this guy.
Yeah,
he looks like a fucking alien too. To be honest,
right.
But yeah, man. I mean,
we. Egypt's been coming up with new discoveries every couple of months, it feels like right now.
You know what I don't like, though, is when they're opening up these caskets, bro. The superstitious and the religious part of me is just like, it's just like bad news. Like you're like disrupting the dead, right? And like I firmly believe like all these bad spirits can be released from that. You know, what if they're like demons, or what if it's like an ancient disease that's been dormant in there?
Dude, if you open up a tomb, you better expect the worst. Have we not seen the movie The Mummy? Like, just leave the dead in their peace. There's no reason to open up some tombs.
Yeah.
Speaking of history, you got anything else to add on to that?
No.
DRC.
Yeah.
Congo.
The Republic of Congo.
Yeah. You think that'll spread over here?
Dude, this is getting worse than the previous big outbreak in 2014. Guys, the Republic of Congo's Ebola outbreak is getting a lot more worse. It's getting deadlier. There's no slowing down. It's now it's actually worse than that outbreak in 2014. I don't know if you guys remember in 2014, and we covered this like a few episodes ago, but it's popping back up in the headlines. 2014, there was a big Ebola scare. A couple of Americans got it, and they labeled it as a disease that's going to surely kill you if you don't. It's most likely going to kill you. Makes your eyes bleed, makes your nose, makes everything bleed, and then you just die.
Talk about a terrible way to go out.
Yeah.
Eyes bleeding, organs bleeding, all the holes in your body bleeding. Ugh.
Yeah. So I think last time we talked about on the show, there's about like maybe 400 or 500 cases. Now they're at a confirmed 2,325 deaths since the first case in late April. Yeah, I mean...
Well, what's even worse about this strain, and I got to look at my notes because the name of it's crazy. So most of the Ebola virus strains are called the Zaire strain.
Yeah.
And and that's kind of what was found in 2014. That's when all the vaccines were made. But this new strain is called, I might mess this up.
Bundibugyo.
Yeah, Bundibugyo. It's a completely different strain, which we have no vaccines to protect against right now. And that's kind of why it just keeps...
been running rampant.
What's the word I'm looking for? Spreading like crazy.
Yeah, running rampant.
Yeah.
Man, and we just had the World Cup here, and I haven't heard any chirpings about it while the World Cup was here. But what if that's being suppressed, man? What if there's Ebola running rampant in the U.S. right now? We have no idea.
Do you know any of the symptoms of it? I don't. I got no idea.
Of Ebola?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well,
you literally just said it. Yeah.
So, imagine, it feels like you have, a severe flu at first, right? Mm-hmm. And then basically, it destroys your organ. It shuts down all your organs. You bleed from your eyes.
Yeah.
You're bleeding through your nose, and it basically destroys you from the inside out.
Well, the good news is there at the current moment there's no confirmed cases in the U.S. And the overall risk to people in America is relatively low. But this is the fastest growing Ebola outbreak that's ever been recorded in the Congo. So I think the global health infrastructure is going to be tested here. Mm-hmm. So let's watch closely, and hopefully we don't have another pandemic.
I think you're going to start seeing a lot of scanning, in-your-face scanning at all the international airports pretty soon. And then I don't know if you remember, but last outbreak, every time you go to a urgent care or the doctor's office, there was another form you had to fill out if you came from certain regions, here. Mm-hmm. If you came in with a fever or a cold, because the first thing that they check for with this when they scan you is if you got a fever, right? And then they go from there, because that's the first symptom you're going to get is a pretty high grade fever or getting up to there, and then that's how they contact trace, and you might see that start popping up again. Because this virus is not something to play around with. And I'm pretty sure it comes from bats, too. Like how COVID did.
Really?
Yeah, didn't they create COVID from a bat? Or not create, but it came from a bat in Wuhan?
Well, that was a rumor that it came from eating bats and bat soup. But I think it was just a purpose virus leak from the Wuhan lab, if you ask me. Eduardo makes a good comment. I feel like if we get another pandemic, people are going to react very differently. You're 1,000% right. I don't think people are going to put up with the businesses being shut down, the masks, the stores being closed. I don't think anyone is going to put up with that shit anymore.
Yeah.
I know, Justin, we talked about not including this in the news today because we just keep covering it, but just give me a 2-minute quick rapid fire, guys. We are kind of tired of talking about this war stuff, but I kind of just want to let you guys know really, really quickly. Trump did put out another peace deal to Israel. Israel rejected the deal. So they're still going back and forth at it, and tensions do not look like it's slowing down. Ukraine and Russia just had their biggest drone exchange ever. They've been in war since 2022. They just shot over 1,000 drones each at each other. So tensions are heating up in the Middle East. Tensions are heating up in Russia, Ukraine. Nothing is really slowing down. America is getting hit with crazy storms, with crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. And that goes on to my next topic. So guys, if you guys didn't know, Indiana had major flooding that left 7 people dead. Guys, if you guys don't know, Andrew Semper, our analyst, lives in Indiana. You know, he's been out of internet. He sent us pictures of what's been going on there. Trees have fallen over, broken into houses.
Killed a 4-year-old boy because of that.
A bunch of crazy stuff. So if you guys don't see Semper in the chat very much this week, just know he's dealing with a lot. If you guys reach out to him via DM, just kind of let him know that, you know, you guys are all here. I'm sure he would very much appreciate that. But severe storms flooded Indiana that started on August 11th, and there's been 7 confirmed deaths. And just like Justin said, one was a 14-year-old boy. I'm sorry, a 4-year-old boy. The other was a 19-year-old boy, a 31-year-old cyclist, a woman that was walking her dog, and a few others. So crazy, man.
Yeah. And then on top of that, you know, guys, and then Hawaii's going, for some reason, this category 1 hurricane, which is like the weakest category of hurricanes, is catching a lot of news for Hawaii for some reason. Mm-hmm. Apparently it's been their most severe storm in over 150 years. Because, guys, if you don't know, normally hurricanes really have a hard time striking Hawaii, and it's for one reason. It's the huge mountains that are on that, or on the main island and everything. Mm-hmm. As soon as hurricanes hit it, like the mountains tear it up. Like it weakens right away. But this one seems to like not be giving away to those mountains, and it's actually, you know, like hitting like the big island and mainland, and it's, you know, it's causing a bunch of infrastructural damage. You know, knocking out power for blocks. You know, big massive floods. Guys, what we're explaining here is, you know, El Nino. Basically, this is what El Nino's causing, and every so often, El Nino gets worse and worse and worse. Right? This El Nino right now is the strongest El Nino that we've ever had since like
1913.
Yeah, 1913 or something like that. And what it's doing, it's like it's messing. It's you know, it's creating these like extreme weather events and high, like super high, ridiculous temperatures, and very low, very cold temperatures. I guarantee we have a really cold winter this year, like insanely cold.
But sorry, you're gonna say something?
No, I'm saying, and that's why, and that's what's causing all these like dramatic weather events right now.
So I know in Indiana, the governor of Indiana, Mike Braun, declared a state of emergency, and Trump approved it and provided federal disaster aid. As far as aid in Hawaii, I'm not really sure what's going on. They haven't really said anything just yet. But I know a lot of the hospitals are on generators. There's a lot of road damage on all the major highways. A lot of the rivers are even flooding. So it's kind of crazy what's going on.
Yeah. And, you know, another thing that we need to take note of too, all because this is like El Nino is causing extreme drop in water levels in a lot of like important places. For example, Lake Mead here in Vegas, like the rate that's dropping is insane. That lake is almost dried up. Lake Powell's pretty much dried up. And also the Panama Canal. Right?
Oh, I got a lot of good facts about that.
Yeah.
one.
I mean, guys, the Panama Canal is like one of the most important waterways for our trade that we have. What are they responsible for? 80%?
Should we talk about the Lakers first and then that?
Well, this kind of ties into the El Nino.
Yeah, I guess we can. So the Panama Canal is responsible for 5% of our trade, which is still a massive amount. Mm-hmm. If you guys haven't looked at the Panama Canal, it is some of the most coolest engineering that I've ever seen. It's basically 50-mile canal. and they use water elevators, which is super, super cool. So basically, you see these ships go into the canals, and it takes 50 million gallons of water to basically flush into this canal that then raises the boats up. And then the boats are now the same level as the lake.
Yeah.
And then once all the water floods in, one of the gates open, and then the ships are basically allowed to get out. So because there isn't enough water, they're unable to fill those lifts to 50 million gallons to put enough pressure and buoyancy for those ships to go out. So now what's going on is all the ships are being slowed down. Mm-hmm. The governors of Panama and basically the people that kind of run the canal are saying, okay, much slower traffic, add less weight to your ships so it makes it easier for the water. So, but there's been ships stuck for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, unable to get by, and now there's a lot of bribery going on right now. So one shipment paid $4 million
just to jump the line.
To jump the line and cut ahead. You wonder if that's like a fucking narco deal or some shit going down. But anyway, so one ship paid $4 million to cut the line, but it's not 5% of just our trade. I'm sorry, it's 5% of the entire global trade. So it's a huge impact. I'd probably say like a close second to the Strait of Hormuz, not as big, but still very, very important because, like I said, it's 5% of the entire global maritime trade. So it's pretty big. So that, I was going to talk about inflation stuff with that topic too, but what's happening in the canal is another reason why. So we're about to see shipping go up, gas go up, and when you see these merchants that paid an extra $4 million to get their shipment through, they're just gonna pass the $4 million on to their customers, like whoever, they're gonna get that money back somehow.
Yeah, and again, like you were saying, like these ships have to lighten their load, which means less product, less trade, which means scarcity, which means higher prices.
Exactly. Well said.
Mm-hmm. In other news, guys, the Lakers just got sold again. And to who? Bob Iger, Joshua Kushner.
Bob Iger?
Yeah.
Is he still the CEO of Disney or no?
He is not. He is no longer the CEO of Disney. Now, I don't want to dig too deep into this, to be honest, because obviously on time, but there's some interesting things here, right? Kushner and Iger had actually been trying to land an NBA expansion team in Las Vegas. So I'm starting to think, man, are these guys going to bring the Lakers to Las Vegas?
That would be dude, that would be a good name too, the Las Vegas Lakers.
Bro, that's kind of been their goal for a really long time. And Iger used to work with Kushner before he was Disney's CEO for a long time. What?
Las Vegas Lakers.
Yeah, it's got a ring to it.
It's got a ring to it. It does.
But they purchased the Lakers for $12.5 billion. Walter, the previous owner, purchased it for $10 billion. So he made a couple $billion bucks off the deal, and that was only last year, I think. Yeah. But he had to sell it because he's currently being investigated by the feds for his finance. So there's something going along there. But yeah, I mean, a long-time goal of Kushner and Iger was to bring an NBA team to Las Vegas. So, dude, honestly, that Lakers is such a huge part of LA culture, man. I don't know how well that's. I say this, but the Raiders came to Las Vegas. And
they had the most diehardest
fan base in the world. So I'm thinking they're bringing a huge franchise to Las Vegas.
I mean, dude, everyone from California is moving to Las Vegas anyway. The hell's the difference?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. And then in other news, I mean, just some quick stuff. Europe Europe experienced their first total solar eclipse in 27 years.
That was sick. I'm not sure if you saw the videos. There was a video that went viral of a guy that set up a half pipe. And in the camera shot, the half pipe is angled in the same view as the Eclipse, and he goes and he jumps off the half pipe, does a sick trick, and it looks like he's like in the middle of the Eclipse. It was such an epic shot,
damn.
dude. Yeah, once in a lifetime shot right there,
bro. I've still yet to watch an eclipse. And
do you want to hold hands and watch the next one? I mean, what?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
that's crazy.
You got to travel for these things. You got to go to the point of totality where you can see it. But yeah, man.
So solar eclipse done. Stocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stocks.
All
right, guys. Last Monday, we talked about jobless claims, right? That's too funny. Hold on. Blast, it's because you didn't give him a Target gift card, bro, so they didn't activate your shit. All right, guys, so last Mondays, we talked about job data and how analysts completely misjudged that, missed it completely, and instead of adding jobs, we actually lost a lot of jobs. And the other data points that were going to come in were CPI, PPI, and retail sales. So CPI was projected to be 0.1%. It came back at 0.2%. So interest is pretty much staying the same, but it's not cooling down. So not good for the economy. PPI also cooled down. Also not good for the economy. And then retail, guys. Retail, they were expecting a 0.2% rise in retail. Basically, what that shows is that the U.S. consumer, who is basically comprised of 70% of the U.S. economy and it moving, they were expecting the retail consumer spending to go up 0.2%. It fell, guys, 0.6%. So what does this mean without all the fancy dancy stats? This is basically showing that the U.S. economy is getting weaker and weaker. There's less jobs. People are spending less because they are worried about costs. They're worried about jobs, and they're worried about costs going up. So with all this mixed up, we can the odds of the Fed holding their rates have gone up once again. It's now a 60% chance that the Fed will hold rates in September, and it's a 63% chance that there's one more rate hike at the end of the year. But if there's another rate hike at the end of the year, that makes it worse for jobs. It could help inflation, but then everything else kind of unwinds. So we're in a tough cookie right now, and something needs to break here soon. It's just nothing is making sense here. So like I said, no one's spending now because they're worried. They're protecting their money. They're worried about costs going up. Inflation isn't cooling down even with these tariffs. So I don't know what's going to happen to the economy. I wish I could tell you. But something needs to break here. Something's not adding up with all the numbers, all the data. I think it could, man, I don't know. It's so hard to say because the government steps in now with quantitative easing, with everything else. But we'll see.
Dude, I just feel like we're so propped up on sticks that it's...
Yeah.
Dude, it's just, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say what I've always been thinking. You know, I mean, yeah, I'll say it. The economy is going to collapse, and we're going to go into a recession, and we need a reset.
It could happen. I mean, you're right, bro. Everyone's kind of like just waiting.
Yeah.
To see what happens.
The greed is like something I've never seen before. The levels of greed is just insane.
Yeah, let's keep going, guys. What else is happening? So If you guys were in the stock floor, I was posting a picture of what I like to call the boom cycle sector, and that's like data centers, chip companies, data like CoreWeave is in there, Micron is in there, SanDisk is in there, but semis continue extending, rallying today. The two sectors that broke out today were crypto stocks and semiconductor stocks. So I do know crypto does like to follow the crypto stocks, and the crypto stocks do kind of lead the way, but crypto is still a bit depegged. And I'll tell you what, we could have hit the bottom on all the chip sectors because they collapsed 20, 30, 40, 50%. And now they're just ripping back up. Ken Griffin is destroying his purchases from situational awareness. He's up so much in such a short little amount of time. It's so awesome. It kind of goes back to saying, like, you don't need a bajillion good trades a year. Like, you need like one high conviction move that comes around once or twice a year, and you freaking
you outperform majority of the traders.
I mean, bro, like you guys have heard the story a million times. My best trades in 6 years are 3 Ethereum trades, 1 Pepe trade, and 2 Facebook trades. That is 7 trades in 6 years that were, well, I guess you can count AMC and GameStop. That was pretty crazy. But 8 trades in a 6-year career. Well, no, I'm sorry, in a 10-year career that made my whole portfolio basically.
Yeah, I want to say something too.
Shoot.
Right, guys. Yeah, even though we crashed to 20-30% in the AI chips and the semiconductor stocks, it's probably going to crash a lot more, to be honest, pretty soon. But all that matters is that you're in the right companies, right? This is with every market, right? When a certain market or sector gets super hot, whether it's Pokemon cards, whether it's meme coins, whether it's AI. Right? People love to branch out and find all the niche little companies that are coming up, or the niche little attributes that they find interesting, right? And this causes just like over investing in a bunch of different stuff and a bunch of different things, and only a select few things will survive, right? And the ones that do survive are the ones that will, for the long run, rip the hardest, whether it be like Google, Anthropic, whatever, right, that are going to stick around. So just make sure you're in the right companies. And how do you know you're in the right companies? I think you're in the right companies when you don't doubt your own research and you feel comfortable with what you're in, and not just what people are saying.
Good point. Yeah, and you know what? Justin's right. This could literally all unwind 9 days from now. What's in 9 days? The biggest Mac Daddy earnings of them all. I told you guys about this last week. NVIDIA is reporting earnings Wednesday, August 26th after market close. This is literally the earnings report of Q3 that will dictate if the market is going to continue this AI run for the next couple months, or if it's going to come back and correct even further down. So I will say NVIDIA is very bullish right now on the chart. For the elite members, or just for the regular members that know what an itchy is and know the itchy setup, if you look at NVIDIA on the daily, it is doing an itchy. It could pump a lot more, but we'll see, guys. Wall Street is expecting revenues of $54 billion, which would be up more than 10%. It'd be up almost 20% from what they're expecting previous quarter, because previous quarter was only 46 billion, and I say only, but previous quarter was $46 billion in revenue, but this quarter they're expecting $54 billion in revenue. It's huge. And if you guys remember, a huge catalyst that made NVIDIA pump before this earnings is the SpaceX exclusive deal that happened with NVIDIA, which is for NVIDIA's Vera Rubin chip infrastructure. That made NVIDIA go up 10% last week. So keep an eye out for that. The bear case would be that, NVIDIA does beat earnings still and the stock goes down because the pump was priced in, right? Like I just said, NVIDIA just saw a 10% pump and a move up because of the deal with SpaceX. So a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times if a stock runs pretty hard before earnings, even if the earning is good, it could sell off. That's one of the big reasons why I don't play options over earnings or hold options through earnings. It's because of the IV crushes. The bull case would be that the SpaceX deal shows that, hey, there is still a lot of demand and that the future revenue growth is still there, because that's what people are going to look for on the earnings call, right? It's one thing if you beat earnings expectations on paper, but a lot of what happens to the stock after earnings report is put out is what happens on the call itself, right? Because the earnings for Tesla was not that great. But what Elon said on the call that, hey, SpaceX is going to do with NVIDIA, that made NVIDIA rally and that made Tesla rally ever since the earnings. So that would be the bull case. And then, of course, right, if NVIDIA does run, then that will help everything else in that sector run. And we could probably go into Q4 with the semis running, with S&P 500 running, with the NASDAQ running. But that pretty much covers stocks. So we got a little bit more juice on crypto this week than stocks, man. No updates about the Clarity Act. You guys already know that. But there are some other stuff happening behind the scenes that look like it's going to push the Clarity Act a little bit closer. Justin, you want to start off with that? And I can...
Yeah, I mean, we could start off. Obviously, Trump is expected to meet crypto CEOs at the White House this week. He's going to meet with like the Robinhood CEO. He's going to meet with Coinbase CEO.
I heard he was going to meet with the CEO of Stock and Lock too.
That too.
Right.
He was going to meet with the Stock and Lock CEO because I know they're working on some innovative technology over there.
Right.
But what's key about this meeting is that it's right before. It's right before the Genius Act is getting put up to
Genius or Clarity?
Or Clarity Act that's getting put up to a vote later on down the road. And basically what they're trying to do, they want to, because like right now the Clarity Act's at a standstill.
Exactly.
And they're trying to brainstorm on how they can expedite this process, and I want you to talk about this, even what the SEC's kind of doing without Congress to kind of like, speed run the process. If you want to.
So guys, we know that the whole thing with the Clarity Act is going to be, okay, who's going to be like the judge, the referee of what's going to happen with the crypto? Is it going to be the SEC or is it going to be the CFTC? We know if the Clarity Act passes, then it's going to be the CFTC that manages crypto and treats crypto like a commodity. So unless it's a crypto that can earn you yield, and then it is treated as a security. But basically, there's a few things going on. So Justin said, right, it's going to be the Coinbase CEO, the Ripple CEO, the Gemini CEO, the Robinhood CEO, the Polymarket CEO, the Kalshi CEO, plus the heads of the NASDAQ, of the CME, which is the Chicago market, the ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange that we talk about, and the DTCC. So one of the big things that they're getting ready here for is a big one. It's called the innovation exemption. Anyone in the chat know what an innovation exemption is? No? Don't worry, I do. So I'll tell you. So the SEC, right, has jurisdiction over the stock markets and over stock assets, right? But now we're seeing tokenized assets, right? And if it's a tokenized stock asset, the SEC still has jurisdiction over that because you're still trading stocks. Now, what an innovation exemption is basically saying that, okay, if you are buying a stock, but it's tokenized, now you have two systems clashing because there's no rules for it. It's brand new. If you guys remember, I gave this concept that I was talking about. So when marijuana first became legal, people were opening up dispensaries because there was no rules or laws around it just yet. So they would open up dispensaries, and then later they would get fined because of new rules that would come out. Like, what the heck? Yeah. Well, that's what was happening with all of these crypto exchanges. The crypto exchanges were opening up. That's why Binance and Bybit got hit because originally there was no rule saying, hey, you can't do this. And then out of nowhere, the SEC came, hey, these crypto coins are securities. We have to fine you this and that. Like I was saying, it's like playing a game that there was no rules for, and then they just made rules, and now they're saying, hey, you're breaking the rules. So what an innovation exemption is, it's saying, hey, this is new technology. This is something new that is out. We don't have the rules or the groundwork laid out for this, but at the same time, we can't block this or prevent this because it does prevent future progress and just us growing as a civilization, us growing as technology, yada, yada, yada. So that's basically what's going on, and what's going to be discussed is this innovation exemption, which then gives some breathing room until they do come up with the rules for tokenized stock assets. And that's going to be one of the big things that they talk about here in this meeting.
Yeah.
Hard Hat Degen says the Ripple case might sound a little ignorant, but isn't that Ripple case over? Hasn't that shit been kind of done forever? Like, Ripple's fucking dead. XRP's dead. I don't know what we're saying about a Ripple case, but even if there is a case, there isn't a case.
I think what he's saying is this. I think the Ripple case is like a case that's being used as an example on how to treat crypto in the future, right? Like, you know how like certain laws or like certain like trials in the past or cases in the past that create laws for the future. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so you guys are both on the same page. Yes, case that proves exactly what you just said.
Yeah. You didn't just.
No, I'm just saying. I thought he was saying like the Ripple case will get brought up. I'm like, I thought that was already closed, and even if it gets brought up, Ripple's toast anyway.
Yeah.
But here's something even bigger for crypto, I think, which gives my heart at ease because too much of my money is in this asset. And it scared me ever since that Evergrande shit.
Oh, Tether?
And it's like, yeah, and I don't want to buy USDC because I feel like it's more tracked, you know? So, but yeah, guys, so Tether finally got a real audit by a company called KPMG, guys. If you guys don't know what KPMG is, it is the gold standard of audits. Any Fortune 500 companies, any company in the S&P 500 has gone through a KPMG audit. There are 4 companies in total that do these. It's KPMG, EY, PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, where Elvis works, and Deloitte. So those 4 companies do them all. But KPMG is like the big dog. They audited Apple, Citigroup, Bank of America, you name it, they've probably audited them. So,
and before you say anything, just so you guys know how serious this audit is, guys, like, and how serious they take it. Say you have gold on your books, right? They physically go to your storage where you're storing your gold, and they count every single gold bar by hand. They literally do. Any physical asset, they have to see it in person. They have to physically see it in person. But continue. Art.
Sorry. So KPMG issued what's called a unqualified opinion, and you might hear unqualified opinion. That sounds scary. What unqualified opinion means simply means that the best result an auditor can give. So it's good. It's not unqualified like it's unfit. It basically means that the auditor found nothing they needed to qualify or note as a concern. So a unqualified opinion is a good thing. It means everything checks out. It's basically the equivalent of everything is perfect and we sign off with no reservation. So it's good stuff here. So what did KPMG actually do to verify this stuff, right? They examined all the assets, all the liabilities, the income, the cash flow. They reviewed the internal systems, the records, the counterparties, all the supporting documentations, just like Justin said, physically counted and inspected every single gold bar that Tether holds. It's pretty cool. So it's not like they just did like a trust report. And this is the level of scrutiny that completely changes the game, right? Just like I was saying, right? The Clarity Act is the level of scrutiny and clarification that is needed for the banks to jump on board crypto and for pensions funds to be able to jump on board in crypto. Because like I've said in the past, banks and pensions funds cannot invest in crypto until the Clarity Act is passed, because there needs to be that level of certainty. So when you have an audit this thorough, this well done, that again just brings that clarity that has been missing in the crypto space for quite some time. And if you guys have been around the crypto space for a while, right, Tether was kind of like a big scary thing, because we all talked about, hey, if Tether fell, the whole crypto market would implode because so much money is in stablecoins. There was a rumor about the Chinese Evergrande thing, so how a lot of the debt from Evergrande is tied back to Tether, so people might have to cash out Tether. That would depeg the value of Tether. If Tether gets devalued and depegged, then the whole market kind of collapsed. So all in all, a lot of clarity. Good stuff here. Not so good for us Circle stock investors. I'm in Circle calls right now, but this thing is pumping hard, so we're going to make sure that we get out of that trade here soon. Why is it not good for Circle? It could be pros and cons, honestly, because USDT is not publicly traded, but Circle is USDC. Why is this potentially not good for USDC? Because they don't have as good of an audit and as transparent as Tether. With this audit that Tether got, that makes them a lot more transparent and a lot more safer and reliable than Circle. So if this starts catching wind, starts becoming a big thing, then people could sell off their Circle stock. But I think overall it does a good thing for the stablecoin sector itself. So there isn't any other publicly traded stocks out there that are basically stablecoins, unless you count like Trump stocks. But I don't fucking count those.
Tether is as sound as it comes, man. The only thing you got to kind of worry about is, I think the only risk with any crypto really in Tether is if you were to do some kind of DeFi thing, is to make sure the platform that you're doing DeFi stuff with your Tether is secure. Because there's been a lot of DeFi protocols and platforms that have been getting hacked and drained. You don't want to lose your money. That's all I got to say on that.
All right, guys, one more topic, and then get your numbers in your mind, because I'm giving away some shit again. Giving away a 5K account and $200.
Wow.
So get those numbers ready. We got one more topic to cover, and that's Bitcoin. Justin, what's going on with the Bitcoin ETFs and flows? Have you been seeing that or no?
Well, if we're going to talk about these past couple of days, there's been a ton of outflows. I'll say that much. But overall, it's seen great inflows.
Week by week, though, inflows are winning.
Yeah. Well, especially this week, right? We were at 62K during the weekend, and now we're at 64K.
It's because it was your birthday.
Exactly. But and also it's because we're shaking out Michael Saylor since he's still selling. Since he's a bottom selling bitch.
Since we wrote this article, Bitcoin is up, Ethereum is up, Solana is up. Guess what's down? XRP. Sorry.
Wow.
But yeah, guys, Ethereum ETFs especially, where my ETH heads at. Little Remains is not in here. But Ethereum ETF specifically saw their 5th straight positive week of inflows, still long on ETH, still, man, I'm starting to mess up my words again. It's about that time that I crash out. Yep. I'm just trying to understand why this guy at the card show can't understand simple English when I'm trying to tell him I'm trying to get cash for my cards.
I didn't want to say anything, but earlier in the pod when we were talking about the Panama Canal, and you go, yeah, the ships have to add less weight now.
Yeah, so they can only add a certain amount of weight on.
No,
so they have to add less.
But
right.
They got to add less weight.
Yeah, so like they can't add 2 pounds, they have to add 1.
They got to take away weight.
Nah, add less. I'm an immigrant, bro. English isn't my first language, man.
Oh, stop it, bro. You've been going to school here your whole life.
Leave me alone, bro. English is literally my 3rd language. Literally.
2nd.
3rd.
No.
Armenian, Russian, English in that order. Fuck, even Georgian if you count that. But I couldn't speak a single lick of that.
Me and Arthur went to the card show yesterday, and this guy was trying to sell his booster boxes to this other guy, and the vendor was like, "Do you want to sell them or trade?" And Arthur goes, "I want to trade." He's like, "Okay, what do you want?"
I said I want to sell them.
And the guy goes, "What do you want?" He goes, and then Arthur goes, "Cash." So do you want to trade or you want to sell? He's like, "I want to trade for cash." And they were going back and forth for like 3 minutes on this, and the guy was just so bewildered. And Arthur's like, "What are you not getting?"
As soon as he walked away, I'm like, is this guy fucking retarded? Like, does he not get? I want to trade it in for cash. Oh man. Anyway, back to what we were saying, guys. So Ethereum saw its fifth positive week of inflows. Bitcoin is still grinding, not selling off. One thing that I do kind of see, no one gets startled, the chart is the chart. But what I do see in these times where it's just in a constant grind for 1 month, 2 month, which is kind of where we're at, you could see one more like flash dump to create some liquidity, and then shit just kind of booms. But we are doing good right now, guys. If you followed the plan, when Bitcoin was at 100, when it was at 80, when it was at 70, Justin, stop laughing.
I'm not even laughing.
I'm sorry that this guy can't understand a simple phrase like trade it in for cash.
I wasn't even laughing. I was listening to you what you were saying.
Fuck, I lost my train of thought. What was I just saying?
You're referencing the prices of Bitcoins.
Oh, yeah, right. So when we were talking about Bitcoin when it was 100 and it was 90, it was 80, it was 70, we said, guys, it's in the long-term chat. It's 68K, 64K, 61K, 58K is like a holy grail price level. I still agree with that. We are still at holy grail prices. We're down 40, if not 50% from all-time highs. If you didn't DCA at 58K, do not be shy to DCA at 64K, 62K, 61K. I'm not saying it's going to be the best price that you could ever get, but it is damn near to the best price that you'll probably get.
This is a beautiful average.
Beautiful average.
I even think the 70s is a great average.
I made my last buy right at 55.5, bro. It was awesome. It filled hard too. And then I've been DCing every other week like I do normally. But a lot of whales are holding, guys, now. Did you guys know over 1,960 addresses hold more than 10,000 Bitcoin? That's 17 addresses more than last month and 3 addresses more week over week. So whale accumulation is continuing quietly. What did I just say? Whale accumulation is accumulating quietly. We should probably be doing the same if the biggest holders are buying a lot at these prices.
They know what the deal
And you're
is.
right, Lon the Don. I am kind of a Bitcoin whale. I'm proud of it. Been in the industry for 10 years. Just saying, these are some great prices. I've seen the show happen 3 times now, guys. Seen the show happen 3 times now. All right. That's all I got for this week. Justin, you got anything before we do the givey?
No.
Arnold, I just need like 4 minutes here, big dog.
Cool.
All right, guys. If you guys remember, we are going to pick a number 1 through 100. If you won the funded account last week, I kindly ask you to not participate this week. The $200 is always up for grabs. But if you won the funded account 2 weeks ago, like Hike John here, you can participate once again. I just ask that you can't win the 5K account 2 weeks in a row. But if you win week 1 and you win week 3, fantastic. So with that said, guys, give me a number 1 through 100 because it is generating and it is generated. Okay, you guys ready to see the number?
Show it.
Dude, this guy wins too much shit. It's 4.
Who hit 4?
Blake won.
Oh my God.
Slick was second.
It's just. What?
But Blake literally gets paid to be in this group. Like abnormal amounts gets paid. He just gets paid to be in here.
Like, damn.
I pay him to teach him.
How does that work?
Shit. All right.
I'm not even happy for you, Blake. I gotta be honest.
No, dude, I am. Damn, Daniel. Well, all right, guys, don't worry, because I'm going to generate another number for another $200. And guess what? You know what? I'll say it right after. It's generating, guess a number, 1 through 100.
Everyone's putting in low numbers now.
Guys, it's a randomizer. I'm not picking shit. The winner of this is 55. Caleb, right on the money, my brother. Good shit, bro. 55
Nice.
on the dot. Shoot me a DM. Blake, shoot me a DM. Caleb, we'll get you guys going. Blake won a 5K funded account challenge. Caleb won $200. You can withdraw that. You can trade it with that. You can go buy yourself something nice. Whatever you want. Ooh, Caleb said trade you, Blake. Ooh. Guys, I'm also going to be doing something else this week, and I really need the community's help. I don't ask you guys for much. I give back a lot. It's going to be one of the very rare times that I ask you guys just for some general help. And I'll also give back if you guys help out. So this week, I'm going to go live on Kick and stream. I'll be dead honest. I need some more exposure for Stock Unlocked. We need some more customers for Stock Unlocked. We need to get this good product that I know we have out to more people. So I'm going to be streaming on Kick twice this week. Whoever invites the most people to my streams will win $300 cash money. And then I'm going to come up with another prize as well for whoever invites the most people for that month. I'll hook you guys up with something very good. You guys have my word. I've always hooked up this group with sick prizes, whether it be money, whether it be Rolexes, whether it be events, whether it be fucking Blake's and Cole's first class tickets next year and shit. Slick, I have no friends either, so we could be friends with each other, bro. If you can invite anyone on social media, or even if you guys just post my post, I'll put you guys in the drawing for it as well. Whoever brings the most people in, I'll give you $300. Whoever just posts on social media and just says, "Hey guys, tune into this live stream," I'll put you guys in a drawing for $200. I'll give you guys a lot more information throughout this week, but I am going to go live on Kick. I am going to live trade on Kick. I'll probably be trading a lot of the GM coins unless I see something else kind of pop up. But like I said, if you guys help me support and spread awareness, I'll give back tenfold to this community with whatever you guys want, whether it be funded accounts, $200-$300 direct deposits, and we can even come up with some crazy shit, guys. If someone comes and brings me like 1,000 followers, I don't know, I'll do something cool. But I've always done something cool for you guys. So thank you guys for the support. Really appreciate that. Much love to all of you guys. Winners, please DM me. And like I said, guys, every week until I say we're not doing this, I'm going to give a 5K funded account challenge away and $200 away to everybody. So please continue showing up to these lives because I want to get you guys hooked up as much as possible. Justin, you got anything else, bro?
No, that's it. Good luck to all you guys.
Sweet. Thank you guys so much, everybody. We'll see you guys in the trading community. Stay sharp. Stay educated. If you guys need any help, please DM us. Don't ever be shy. Winners, DM me. Peace.